Matthew chapter 24, verse 29 to 51. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass, till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noe were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noe entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken, and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken, and the other left. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the goodman of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched, and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season? Blessed is that servant, whom his Lord when he cometh shall find so doing. Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. But, and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, My Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. In the second half of the Olivet Discourse, Jesus describes what will take place immediately after the Great Tribulation. Following that unprecedented time of suffering, dramatic signs will appear in the heavens. The sun will be darkened, the moon will no longer give its light, and the powers of heaven will be shaken. These cosmic events announce that the visible return of the Son of Man is about to take place. Jesus then describes his glorious second coming. Unlike his first coming in humility, he will return with power and great glory. Every tribe of the earth will see him, and many will mourn because they rejected him. His return will not be secret or symbolic. It will be a visible, worldwide event that fulfills the promises of the Old Testament prophets. Christ will send his angels to gather his elect from the four winds. This gathering demonstrates God's faithfulness to his people and his determination to fulfill every promise he has made. Nothing will prevent his kingdom from being established exactly as he has declared. Jesus then gives the parable of the fig tree. Just as new leaves indicate that summer is near, the signs he has described will indicate that his return is near. His disciples are to recognize these prophetic events and understand that God's plan is reaching its fulfillment. The Lord emphasizes the absolute certainty of his words by declaring that heaven and earth will pass away before his words fail. Although no one knows the exact day or hour of his return, his coming is certain. God's timing is perfect, even when it remains unknown to man. Jesus compares the days before his return to the days of Noah. People were living ordinary lives, occupied with daily activities, completely unaware that judgment was about to fall. When the flood came, it arrived suddenly upon those who were unprepared. In the same way, Christ's return will come unexpectedly upon those who ignore God's warnings. The examples of two men in a field and two women grinding at the mill further emphasize the suddenness of his coming. Life will appear normal until God's prophetic plan reaches its appointed moment. Jesus therefore calls his followers to remain watchful and prepared. The chapter concludes with the parable of the faithful and evil servant. The faithful servant continues doing his master's work while awaiting his return and is rewarded for his faithfulness. The evil servant assumes the master will not return soon and begins living carelessly, abusing others and indulging in sinful behavior. When the master unexpectedly returns, the evil servant faces severe judgment. The central message of this passage is readiness. Because Christ's return is certain but the exact time is unknown, God's people are called to remain faithful, obedient, and watchful. Those who trust His word and continue serving Him will not be ashamed when He appears. This passage continues the Olivet Discourse and remains in the same prophetic context as the earlier verses of Matthew 24. Jesus is describing His visible second coming to establish His kingdom following the Great Tribulation, not the mystery of the body of Christ revealed later through the Apostle Paul. The gathering of the elect by angels, the comparisons to Noah, the command to watch for the coming of the Son of Man, and the parable of the faithful servant all belong within that prophetic kingdom setting. These passages should not be confused with the present dispensation of the grace of God, or used to teach that members of the body of Christ maintain their salvation by enduring or remaining watchful. Under Paul's gospel, believers are justified by grace through faith in the finished work of Christ, while this discourse concerns Israel's prophetic program leading to Christ's glorious return to the earth. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more KJV Bible teaching. Until next time, search the Scriptures. Grace be with you.